Hey guys, Script here with another video, and I know what you're thinking, why are you talking about this now? And quite frankly, I didn't do research on this. I didn't, at the time, look into what the heck they were thinking when they did this. Now, we're talking about, of course, Leia and Chewy not coming together when Han was killed, and Leia going and rushing to Rey, who she'd never met before, and hugging her and having this deep moment with someone she didn't even know. And there's a whole bunch of theories as to why, and I just want to say, we gotta stop with this excuse making. The reality of it is JJ Abrams crapped the bed on this one. And we just need to accept that. First of all, let's look at the scene itself. So this isn't a scene where it's not just that Leia doesn't hug Chewbacca. Leia doesn't even look at Chewie. Doesn't even look at him. Completely ignores him. So it's not enough to say, well, why didn't they hug? Well, not only did they not hug, she didn't even acknowledge his existence. She didn't even look at him at all. Which doesn't make any sense. So I just wanted to know what the issue was here. So apparently Abrams has come out and said, Chewbacca would be focused on saving Finn despite his grief over losing Han. Really? That's the excuse he came up with? Do you guys buy that? I don't. I think he screwed up. In the movie, you see Chewie pick up Finn and put him down, but then you don't see him, rushing with the rest of the people. You know, they put him on a gurney or cart or whatever, and they wheel him away, and Chewie's just walking slowly beside Leia. He's not, rushing with the people to go save Finn. So I think JJ Abrams is making that up. That is a made-up lie, I think, because he completely screwed up. And I don't even think he realized that Leia and Rey had still not even talked. This is, to me, the level of effort that went into this movie and into this trilogy. For example, why would he have Rey doing Jedi Master level techniques like mind tricks and such, having learned about the Force literally that day or the day before? I think it's probably because he didn't give a crap. He wasn't thinking about that. He was just put cool stuff on screen, blah, blah, blah. That's all he was thinking about. He wasn't thinking about how people would digest the content that he had produced and how they would react to it. I don't think he cared about that in terms of the depth of it. I think he just thought, put cool things on the screen, put the flashy lights, and everybody would be excited about it. So I don't believe this for 1 second, but that's a really funny excuse. I also don't believe this because the actor who played Chewie, he's playing, I guess, all the Wookiees. Now he's playing the one in The Acolyte as well. He said that they shot a scene of Leia and Chewie hugging and consoling each other. He said they did shoot that scene. It just wasn't put in the movie. And when I say scene, so the amount of useless crap in these movies that they could have edited out, no problem. You think about The Last Jedi and the runtime is ridiculous with all sorts of stupidity that you didn't even need in there. But The Force Awakens wasn't exactly a super long movie. And a 15-second clip of Leia and Chewie consoling each other would not have harmed the film. It would not have over-run-timed the film. So if they did shoot that scene and then they left it out and Abrams somehow didn't notice that, what are they doing when they're making these movies? It's the same way when they make their Star Wars shows. There's so many nonsensical things. It's what are you guys doing? Is everybody just high? Even if you are high, how are you not noticing this stuff? For example, in The Mandalorian Season 3, when the youngling Mandalorian kid is taken by the giant pterodactyl dinosaur bird thing. By the way, why are they living on this planet with all these crazy dinosaur creatures? Anyways, it makes no sense. But he gets taken by it. The Mandos go after him. They don't have enough fuel to follow him all the way to the nest. So they go as close as they can, and then they walk near to the nest. And then they set up camp and have a fire and eat food and then get up the next morning to go get the kid. Well, wouldn't he be dead by then? Where's the urgency? Even the dad of the kid is yes, we must eat food. What? You'd think he would be like, whoa, wait a minute, Bo, we can't stop here and eat and sleep. We need to go get my son. He's going to die. He's getting eaten by a giant pterodactyl. So, like, that made no sense. And so it shows you that they're not taking any care in what they're doing. And so, no. So either they shot that scene and didn't put it in, which is terrible, or that's also a lie, and they just didn't even think of it. And they just had him walk right past Leia, who's one of his best friends, who's the wife of his best friend who just died. But this is even funnier, is this article on Screen Rant always has these weird articles where somebody's making up a theory. So instead of just accepting the fact that JJ Abrams crapped the bed on this, they make up some stupid theory. What does it say here? They believe Leia should have hugged her longtime friend Chewbacca rather than a girl she just met, Rey. And by the way, in my Sequels Reimagined, I reworked a lot of those scenes because so many of these scenes imply that Rey is Leia's daughter. Like, I thought literally that they were going to reveal that at some point during the movie, and they never did. And then they had this big hug scene after Han dies, and you're like, maybe Rey's her daughter, and they just haven't said that yet, and that's why they're having this big upsetting hug. No, nobody. Palpatine. Anyways, JJ Abrams later even admitted in an interview that this was probably one of the mistakes I made. Well, was it? Or wasn't it, JJ? Yeah, I think it was. I think you just crapped the bed. In an interview, Abrams explained that his idea had been that Chewbacca would be focused on saving Finn despite his grief over losing Han. No, and I think he's making that up. I don't think that was it at all. I've already explained that earlier in this video. I think that's a total lie, and he just knows that he screwed up, so he made up that lie just to make it so he doesn't look so stupid for making that absolutely ridiculously stupid decision. So then you got this theory on Reddit. This is actually hilarious. So you couldn't just admit that Abrams screwed up, so you make up this other line of garbage now, that the pair had a specific reason for avoiding each other. They didn't just avoid each other, they didn't even look at each other. Chewbacca was observing a Wookiee mourning ritual. Based on Wookiee custom, Chewbacca would not seek comfort from others yet, but he would still work to save others. He literally was like walking nonchalant after Finn got taken away on the cart. He was walking slowly. He wasn't worrying about Finn. This is a lie. As the theory explains, Wookiee culture dictates that when Wookiees lose a loved one, they are not supposed to touch anyone until they have had time to grieve in private. This explains Chewbacca's actions. No! Abrams screwed up! Just accept it. Although he had just lost his best friend, he could not look to others for comfort at the Resistance base yet. Could he be there to comfort Leia, though? So we're going to turn it into his grief made it so he couldn't hug the wife of his friend who just died? He's not allowed to help her with her grieving process? As his best friend who'd been around him every day for like 40 years and has all the stories and knows everything about him? He's not allowed to comfort her? Why are we making it about her comforting him? That wouldn't be what it would be about. It would be about him comforting Leia, not Leia comforting him. It was her husband. Who are these idiots? Leia most likely would have been aware of this custom and wanted to respect his traditions. Sure she would, yeah. Due to this, Leia found Rey, who had looked up to Han as a father figure, even though she knew him for literally 2 days. That's, come on. And hugged her instead. Later, Star Wars Force Awakens showed Chewbacca mourning alone. After that, Leia would have been able to comfort her friend, which would have been a meaningful scene to show off screen. Okay, but if that was the case, of course this is all made up garbage to try and, make Abrams not look so stupid. But even if that was the case, so if they shot the scene of them consoling each other, why wouldn't they have shown that later then? Like, it doesn't make, this is all lies. It's just because Abrams screwed up. Just accept it, fans. He sucks. He screwed up. One aspect of Chewbacca's arrival at the Resistance base seems to contradict his theory, though. As soon as Chewbacca, Rey, and Finn returned to the base, Chewbacca carried Finn over to the transport to receive medical attention. However, this is the exception to the Wookiees' rule. Following the traditions, Wookiees are still allowed to make physical contact if it is necessary to save a life and avoid losing more loved ones. Since Finn had been injured, this is all just made up poppycock. Chewbacca could still touch him and get him help. Although Leia and Chewbacca not hugging after Han's death may initially seem insensitive, their actions reflected... No, they didn't reflect Wookiee tradition. It's Abrams screwed up, and they're making this up on the spot as a lie. It just said that he could make physical contact if it was necessary to save a life. What about if it was necessary to console his grieving friend's wife? Like, this is all made up nonsense. So anyways, guys, I just had to address this because I didn't realize just how stupid this was and how Star Wars sequel apologists are making up fake theories about Wookiees and stuff. to try and cover for Abrams' absolute lack of care when he made these movies and his just total dumbness when it came to just knowing the characters. I mean, he should have been there like when Star Wars first came out. You'd think he would know, but they don't care. They're collecting a paycheck. They're probably on the cocainas or something all day, and they don't know what is going on. That's why she didn't hug Chewie. That's the reason. And the other reason is, and this I'll leave you with this, is everything about the sequels has to be about Rey. Rey's story arc erases everything. The OT was pointless. There already was an Empire in the sequels. Palpatine wasn't dead. Anakin's entire story arc was completely pointless. Everything centered around making Rey everything, including who consoles Leia and who Leia consoles after Han's death, rather than Chewie, who knew Han for 40 years. It's Rey, 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 Rey. And so, in light of that, are you excited for the Rey movie to get more Rey? Are you Rayed out yet? Or do you want more Rey? Anyways, guys, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. If you do like this content, please like and subscribe. Always helps the channel. And check out anything else on my channel if you would like. And again, thank you guys for your support and have yourselves a really good day.